Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader. I'll be honest, the last episode got away from me a little bit in terms of time, so we'll try and make this a bit of a tighter experience for everyone. That took quite a long time. I might actually edit that out of the finished video, or that levelling up right at the beginning, but suffice to say we've picked some extra skills and stuff, which we'll get to as and when they become relevant. So did I... I've sort of finished up in this area, haven't I? In terms of the map... Ooh, there's a bit more loot. It's right near us. Probably like a... Yeah, it's this leaflet, isn't it? Okay. Well, I think what we'll do, we'll come up and see Hieronymus here. Let's get these goods first. Get the goods. And let's talk to the dude. Hieronymus Doloroso, the man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone, fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask the unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice he says, the Emperor protects. The Emperor protects, Reverend. But he only protects those who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valancius. That name carries weight, and it is a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shred them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savouring their sweet poison? We don't have an iconoclast one. You're saying Theodora was a transgressor? A woman of great gifts, but few considered virtue to be one of them. People whispered that power had corrupted her, made her believe that she was entitled to anything she wanted. It is known that she showed cordiality to Xenos, broke taboos and violated dogmas. Then again, so do nearly all rogue traders. Rogue traders are the Emperor's anointed. I acted at his command, as evidenced by his signature on my warrant. And did he grant it personally? The Emperor has entrusted his servants with the future of humanity, but people are far too weak and flawed to prove themselves worthy of his trust. Only suffering can cleanse us, but we fear it and thus remain sullied. I don't wish to enter a debate. A predictable response. He looks at Argenta, who's standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let it be known to you that Theodora von Valancius' ship was attacked by servants of archenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury, and not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue trader's crew and help protect the von Valancius dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding the Footfall reliquary. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. I know what it is that calls you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarters. In the darkest corners where the Liege's wardens do not venture, taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with a sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us, and I wish to see retribution. I come across heresy surprisingly often these days. Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow ever more eager to embrace heresy. Both on Footfall and elsewhere, its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kiava Gamma, and just recently, a transport ship by the name of Navika, teeming with refugees, arrived on Footfall from Winterscale's realm. Their world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee to save themselves. The Liege... Oh, why didn't I go to the Liege with this? Is that what I said? No, he's just continuing. The Liege refused to accept them, and so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of vileness. Why don't you go to the Liege with this matter? I do not walk the paths pleasing to the Liege. He frowns. Vladame is weak and riddled with worms on the inside. He seeks to please his Kasbalika masters, those peddlers of relics of the unholy Xenos. Fine, we'll verify this rumor. With great pleasure. Argenta puts her hand on the stock of her weapon. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Dahlia von Brunicus, is there more you wish to ask me about? Is it true that the pirate Dens Ballado was your parishioner, and that he endowed the Drusians with donations? It is. Over the course of his life, that reprobate had burdened his soul with many vile and egregious acts. His confessions were akin to a grand catechism listing humanity's imminent vices and enormities. It was all the more painful for him to realize that of all the heinous acts he had committed, not one had been forgotten by the Emperor. Dens Ballado was afraid of death, and that which would await him in the after. He hoped to atone for his misdeeds, yearned to convince, if not the Emperor, then himself at least, that he had been more than a conscious speck of malignant mold his entire life. Everyone deserves a chance of redemption. And it is true for miscreants above all others. The greater the transgression, the more miraculous and wondrous the repentance. What are you doing on Footfall? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Coronis expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass in Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about a reclaimed shrine world, or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light into the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazers need assistance both spiritual and material. Tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims on their long journey, and during the first days of the harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. Oh my god. The path of true believers leads into darkness to search for worlds that have lost his radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp, in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the expanse, and deliver a previously barren world into the Imperium's service. Hieronymus is silent for a few seconds, and all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the wasteland Wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cinerus Maleficum, and the stars have kept her fate secret since. I bear another, darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you on your travels come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the rogue trader. I'd like to take a look at what you can offer me.
Let me see.
Ooh, okay, cool. Bloodhound Staff is for a navigator. Devastating 6. The first use of an attacking navigator power does not set the attacking navigator powers on cooldown. The second use of a power will deal an additional 6 damage to all targets and 6 direct damage to the navigator. Okay, I mean, yeah, we'll take that. That sounds pretty good. Imperial Scroll. This scroll grants the owner a 15 bonus to Imperium Law. We'll take that. Onslaught. Instantly increases movement points by 6 and grants 2 charges of slash. Yet reduces skills by 15. Yeah. We can't really take a debuff on that. All targets of Taunting Scream suffer... I don't think I have that. I think that was... Okay, what else have we got? The wearer's first melee attack in combat can't be parried or dodged. I like that. I think we'll try and get Elite Chainsword. Ooh. Look at the damage. Yeah. Well, I want... I can get both those things. Sanctified Staff. That's for Adira by the look of it. Cloak of Retribution. The wearer gains a 15% bonus to damage against enemies that dealt damage to the wearer this round. Okay, interesting. Power Claymore at level 4. Most warriors... Oh yeah, 30... So I can't compare it to other companion stuff here, but I think that's not bad at all. Okay, well, let's look at the reputation. So if I was to just show all tradable stuff, I could get up to 7,500. Well, that'll get me to level 1. Damn, they need a lot of stuff. I've still got a load of stuff in cargo. Okay. But we can get this, so that sounds good. I like that, and I like the chainsword as well, so we'll grab that too. Lovely stuff. So for me, I think I might equip the chainsword then. Next time I level up, I might need to take chainsword stuff. But that is just flat out better. Ooh, I want that there. I want that there. And that cloak, yeah, because I think we're going to take damage quite regularly, so we'll probably lose that bonus pretty swiftly. Where's that cloak gone? Whereas making sure that our first attack can't be parried or dodged is pretty nice. Is it only the rogue trader that can wear that? And who's our Imperium Law person? I guess it's Argenta. So where can she? Oh, okay, she's got an open slot. Take that. Very nice. Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna put that to cargo. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of equipment after the previous fight. I haven't even sort of had a look at it yet to see how good it is, but I think we're going to do. I think we're done in this area now. I think we should go and see the Liege. It's probably got some main story stuff for us to be getting on with. So there's a bit of unrest outside his palace. There's Vladame on that side. My patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. The tall man in austere grey clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Vladame, Vladame, Vladame. What Aji put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an Imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman who is standing with her back to you lets out an ostentatious sigh, and then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladame? Falco has it, does he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days. So you don't remember, then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Hey Dari, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Damascus. And thank your lucky stars you're able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time. Amasecus bar. First an insult and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads toward the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, and immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. The tall man, who has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. La Dame Takara, Liege of Footfall, let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. Certainly, let's go. Please, follow me. While you're engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Takara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he's used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he's been studying you in turn this whole time. He straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, Let's talk business. In spite of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lady von Valancius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. I've heard more sincere expressions of grief. He nods calmly. A fair point. You can, however, be assured of the sincerity of my desire to cooperate with you. I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status, it was quite wise. The rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you're free to reap the benefits of anonymity. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself. I was attacked at the docks. An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters. Impossible to predict or preempt, they simply happen. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later we will find him and have him strung up. That will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm. Behind the carefully built facade of composure you sense anger. It appears that this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what is happening. I would like to know more about the Anvers gang. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? He grits his teeth slightly before answering. I've been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet. As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter. Well, I'm sorry for the loss of your assistant. What? Your words seem to perplex him for a moment, but his face remains cold. Oh, that, yes. Her death was a regrettable development. Who's the woman the wardens threw out? His expression hardens and he makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Hedari, a small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end. It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name. She is irrelevant. Since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak on behalf of all of its, noteworthy residents. What's the situation in the region? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Cronus Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There's been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we've received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Cronus Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall? No, there haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's customs officials. For us here, Xenos are more a source of income than a threat. Blood-aim freezes, gauging your reaction. I do not approve of fear of Xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. Oh, I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way. What sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time. Warp test failed. You're well aware that the warp is unpredictable and its fluctuations are a common, even expected occurrence. And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station, naturally, has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House von Valancius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. I can't be the only one you've asked for help. Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders, but the terms of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry, and as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport, the Navica, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would only have worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale. And so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. So what are the terms of this deal? Yeah, it's simple. Delivery of food shipments from your fertile worlds. Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the von Valancius Protectorate. In exchange for fair payment. I do kind of want money. The payment will be unfair as I will be robbing you blind, but you will remain in charge. Do we have a deal? Why would Footfall agree to such a deal? By accepting it, we would anger the esteemed Incendia Corda without gaining anything. Well, let's discuss more realistic prospects for our partnership. Alright. I'll help you with food shipments. I am immensely obliged, your ladyship. I assume you're going to need time to get the shipments up and running. I can wait. On my end, I promise you complete cooperation with your endeavors. There's an establishment not too far from here. They let people torture fake Xenos there. I wanted to stop. It will be dealt with. Where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? Here, I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to Footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take an interest in a few people of note, for example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso. This servant of the ecclesiarchy is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitor. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana in the establishment called the Adeptus Amescus. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common Footfall rabble, not discerning clientele. Alright, let me see your wares. I am at your service. You can expect the most generous discounts. So despite that, we do have 0 reputation with him. Currently we could get Orthlak pattern stub revolver, which is an upgrade on what we've got. So I don't see any reason not to take that. Bladed boots. Whenever the wearer hits an opening with the charge, slash, or dance macabre abilities, they inflict bleeding 10 on the target. Okay. What's this? Telepath staff. And sanctioned psyker. Yeah. Precise bolter. This is pretty good damage. That is a level 2 though. So if we were to increase our reputation, what could we? Oh. Sort of down to the stuff that nobody else really wanted. I'm going to clear that because, I mean, what could I... Guess I could get the bladed boots, but I think I'll leave that for now. What stuff does he really like? Heretic trophies, Xenos artifacts. Okay. The other guys like that as well. Alright. Good to know. Where are we? Oh, okay, that's where we came in, isn't it? Fair enough. Lord Captain, I'm pleased to report that the inspections have been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. The crew is waiting for your further instructions, and there is also a number of issues that need to be addressed. Okay. Oh, okay, we've got a Bastion Corder here. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He is clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble lady, a minute of your time, if you please. I am Bastion Indarama Bastel Corder, youngest cousin of House Corder, envoy of Incendia Bastal Corder, rogue trader of the Cronus Expanse, by the grace of the most holy Emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valancius. I noticed that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. Order, They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Cronus Expanse, but not on Footfall. The station is under the control of House Winterscale. Something tells me we're about to hear a most curious offer, says Abelard under the breath so only you can hear him. Let's keep in incognito for now. Quite right, I'm Lady Theodora's envoy. Splendid. It's a pleasure to be speaking with an equal. Truth be told, I get a little flustered in the presence of the powers that be. What did you wish to speak about? A matter of the utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladimir almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrange of shipments to Footfall. The von Valancius Protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main agri-world, Janus. It would be odd for him not to seize on such an opportunity when Footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Corder dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfall. We've already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling, I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corder dynasty believes... Bastion smiles and gives a slight shrug. That cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladimir, thereby forcing him to agree a deal with us, the Corder dynasty can promise a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everyone benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars, and less with divvying up profit among themselves. Argentus says disapprovingly, but quietly enough so as not to disrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperium's worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. Behind your smile, Master Bastion, teal shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath, should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House von Valancius? I'm not going to read her stuff, she's mental. Oh, they're coming again. Brothers are the one who came before. Oh, she's giving us a warning of fight. Draw your weapon. I appreciate the warning, Adira. What? Bastion stares at you in surprise and then turns around. Death Dwarf Worlders, the Anvers rule footfall. Oh, Bastion's dead.
The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
Okay, I think Adira meant that we didn't get
yourself.
ambushed this time. Quite squishy. Is there anyone chunky in here? Specialist. Armoured Anver. Oh, who's he? Twice Dead Lanny. Okay. Are there any off to the sides? Oh, there are. Yeah, there's a few. Oh, Heavy Thug here. Try this way. There's no one this way. Okay. So Cassia's going first. She can pretty much just absolutely annihilate these guys. There's me. Actually going to go behind this. To do with Argenta there, maybe. Blood. Dira. There we go, right, Cassia.
Now you're clad in scarlet.
Oh, did she get all of those? Okay.
Die with grace,
Nope.
at least.
Okay, what about... What's he? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Foe painted black.
There we go. Okay, so we can put some zones down. It's hard to know where to put them, really. Let's do the cover efficiency on, say, me
I'm
and
not accustomed to being
Adira
ordered
back there.
around.
rear. We'll put on
Me?
Magenta.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
I guess the front line. No, they are going to run at us. Let's put it there for now. She can still move too. Let's just pop her in full cover
I
back
have
here.
read tomes of military tactics.
That'll do. Okay. Just kill you.
Was
Quite honestly. Can we put any... how far can we do that? So we can put on the armoured guy. Blind someone. Let's blind you.
anything else?
Will do. Here now, Argenta. So I kind of want that on the tough guy. Do have a heavy thug here.
I
Over
will
there.
bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Alright, let's do it. Quite what effect he got? Slowed. Give it a dash.
Guided by faith. I'll do it.
I think we'll just
As the
shoot you.
Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I think I'll leave it with that for now. Right, Pascal. Come up here. Let's just get this going. I'll save that for when we do this ultimate in a sec. Okay, expect that to do a bit more. Mark you. I'll mark you as well, because I'm going to get a kill on you in a sec. Alright, so let's... Oh, why can't he do his ultimate now? Oh, man. We can give him an extra go. Me. Right, I do want to give him an extra go. Can I sort of do it to anyone on the battlefield? I think so.
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose.
Let's try this thing. Let's set myself on fire.
Purpose
that on
guides
myself.
me.
Let's give this to Pascal.
I will not stoop to this.
Oh, it's line of sight. Oh dear. Okay, that was a slight mistake.
I
Runs
won't
to
waste
myself.
my time on that.
Let's
There
give
is
it to Abelard.
no mercy found in my heart.
Indeed. Point you a target. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Still do this. Might get up there.
At your beck and call.
Okay. There's a bit shotgun. Oh, he could pass it to... He's going to pass that
It
to
will be done.
Pascal, actually. Oh. Right, Pascal. 2 AP, huh? Oh.
Running by narrative, not a battle.
Get rid of them.
Execution.
I still got 2 AP. There you go.
Request approved.
Go back to Abelard, maybe. Maybe we can fire a shotgun. Oh, he can't. Is that 2 AP? Oh, man. Alright, let's just put this
Victory
on.
is imminent.
pretty well. Brilliant.
Momentum.
Actually, Abelard's go now.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
First.
At your beck and
Nice. The bleed on.
I will do my an exemplary strike.
Let's do a
Indeed.
dash through. Oh, he didn't go there. I mean, he could kill him now if we did this. Alright, we'll do that.
One for Lanciers! At your back and reduced to dust.
But the fight will be over by the time he gets into the action next.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Sure. Is that all he's got? Hi, Cassia. Well.
If I may. Do not dare ask. Me. If you insist, as duty demands.
There he goes. Doing pretty well. Am I still on fire? No. Oh, what about young Bastion? Gas grenade. Okay, we'll take that. See what the main guy had in him. We might have something good.
There is a fervor in my soul.
What have we got? Sector 2, watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Auspex grants a 10 bonus to awareness. That sounds pretty nice. Stun grenade. Sin skin. That is pretty good. I think that's better than what someone's wearing. Scrap chainmail. I think it's probably one I'll add to cargo. Those are good though.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Chain axe, 10 to 16. Well, it could be good for Abelard. He's got training in chain weapons, hasn't he? Have a look at what he's using at the moment. Just a thug. I guess I'll keep that for now. I don't have any heavy armor users, but I think Pascal can take a skill to get
The
that.
world will bow.
I just want to have a quick look at the stuff here. So, also, so he's using a primitive greatsword. It is pretty good. That's a one-handed melee weapon. It only does a couple less damage. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll go with that. Ooh. Maybe give him back his Deadshot stub revolver. I'm going to take that one, but I think this one's better anyway. Let's give him that. I'm going to... I should have switched this out previously. Oh yeah, so this does whose awareness is this skill, isn't it? So that's Cassia, I think, isn't it? She can use that. If I remember, yeah. Yeah, nice. She's pretty good in that now. He's already using a greatsword. So this is less damage, but more armor penetration. I think we'll stick with the more damage. I don't think it was enough extra penetration damage. Oof, we're getting so much stuff in here now. I'm gonna have to go through and, and just try and see, because there's this auto shotgun. I wasn't sure about this. It's auto gun. Maybe Argenta. She's got such a good sniper rifle here. Cassia's never really going to use hers, so... But I'm going to keep it. I think this is a better version of that. Less armor penetration. Yeah, okay. I'll leave it like that for now. But let's go... Let's go to the rest of Footfall. Oh, what's happening? You're in deep, friend. You made some powerful people very angry. World of Riker Minoris falls victim to dark powers. Remember its demise? Oh, Aladdin told us to make sure you're not seen around here again, and we will. Who is this? Oh, it's the Carnival Barker. Oh dear. Yeah, I wonder why he was still around. Can we, do you have anything on him? No, it doesn't look like it. Right, well, Governor kept his word. Gotta give him kudos for that. Where am I? Those shadow quarters. We've been given a few tips there to go and do stuff. Hello? Argenta, gestures for your attention. Rogue Trader, I would like to remind you about Reverend Hieronymus's request. He asked us to search for a potential cultist den in Footfall Shadow Quarters. You know Footfall better than me. Do you think the rumours are true? There was a time when I've said it was likely fabrication. One can say many things about the Casbalica mission and the other shady operators on Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor, so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics in their territory. But now, heretics have launched an open attack on a rogue trader's ship. A member of your dynasty, Conrad Voigtveer, has turned out to be one of them, and Footfall itself is sinking deeper and deeper into madness. In these times of strife, I'm willing to believe in heretics who openly perform their dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens with the sacrilegious symbols. You seem weighed down by something. What? No! Argenta shakes her head and rubs her temples tiredly. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, but I'm as ready to fight as ever. It will have no effect on my combat skills. I would like to know what this personal weakness is. Members of my crew cannot have secrets from me. You're right, I will explain. It's about the circumstances of my arrival on Footfall. I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of the reliquary on Footfall. But my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on boards, decades had flown by in real space. When at last I arrived on Footfall, it felt like I'd been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the moor. The people who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. The reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up to the task. They had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixis seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. I hope the rumours of cultists turn out to be true. I can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and Imperium need me. How and why did your stay on Footfall come to an end? Something must have changed. Yes, a sign. Almost a portent showed me the right path. But it's not something I can speak of like this on the street in this den of malice. Let us be on our way. All I'll say is that on Footfall I met Lady Theodora and joined her. And that was the end of my languishing in this place. Alright, let's keep going. Big area. Okay, but I think we'll leave it there for now. I think that's probably a good point to leave it as we come into a new zone. I'll just say thanks very much for watching this episode of Rogue Trader.
A revelation was sent.
I hope you've enjoyed it. Leveling up, new skills. Like I said, I'll probably edit out the 10 minutes of leveling at the very beginning of the episode. But just to catch you up, I guess we could have a recap now for those who are interested. So, if we go to this. So, Dahlia, myself, I took Orchestrate Flames so that I can set myself on fire and stay burning. And it means that every melee attack I inflict burning damage on targets, but only suffer half burning damage. I thought that was quite a good one. Is that the one I took? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I took. I think I also took something else. We can have a look at the archetype here. Oh, and yes, I took Burning Blood, so that when I use a psychic power, all enemies adjacent suffer 4 damage, but I can also inflict them when enemies attack me in melee range. So it's kind of like, I can't even think of the word for it, but when you attack enemy, like a reflect, you know, you hurt enemies that attack you, sort of thing. Meanwhile, Pascal took the skill Cull the Bold, so he can deal some of these extra effects on his next attack. Pretty straightforward, that one. Abelard took this Death Whisper, which I think I used. It's a free attack, only 25% damage, but does inflict bleeding. It's got other things that affect it there. I didn't really look too deeply into it, to be honest. Argenta took this Devastating Attack, so that... well, you can read it here if you pause the screen, but it can have one of several effects, including knocking prone, piercing and rending damage, bleeding, slowing, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds quite good. Probably saw that on Zone of Fear in that combat, where I put down a spot and enemies within that spot have to pass their willpower resistance check or run away. And as we know, every time she moves an enemy in combat, they suffer damage, so she's got a few of those abilities now. And Adira, I didn't really think too hard about this, but she can use one of those combat zones to mark, and then everyone within 4 cells gains the ability to move towards that area. So I thought it was basically a way to give some extra mobility to the team. And that was the result of that level up. So thanks very much. I can see there's one of these marks here, but we'll deal with that next time. It'd be great if you could leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the playthrough and the way we're set up, any hints or tips, any nods to the lore that I haven't picked up on, let me know. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you could do that too. So thanks very much once again, and I hope to see you next time for more Rogue Trader. Bye for now.